It began with a bias. It began quietly, not with a decision, not with logic, not with intention. It began with a feeling, a moment you didn't plan for, a reaction you didn't question, a pull you didn't fully understand, a voice that lingered longer than the others, a lyric that settled somewhere deep in your chest, a glance that felt less like attraction and more like recognition, a smile that didn't feel performative. It felt familiar, not flashy, not loud, just right. Maybe it was Jungkook's explosive talent, the way effort and instinct collide in real time, like watching potential turn into mastery right in front of you. Maybe it was Jimin's gentle devotion, softness without weakness, vulnerability without apology. Maybe it was Taehyung's soulful gaze, distant, thoughtful, carrying stories he never fully explains. Maybe it was Suga's quiet intensity, truth without decoration, honesty without spectacle. Maybe it was RM's intellectual gravity, words that don't just sound good but mean something. Maybe it was Jin's radiant humor, laughter that feels safe, grounding, reassuring. Maybe it was J-Hope's sunshine energy, joy that feels earned, disciplined, intentional. Somewhere along the line, something clicked. Not loudly, not dramatically, just a subtle internal recognition. He's the one. He's my bias. And from that moment on, it wasn't just preference anymore. It became attachment, identification, reflection, because your BTS bias is not random. It reflects something about who you are, what you value, how you love, how you cope, how you survive, how you dream, how you move through the world when no one is watching. Before we go any deeper, like this video, comment your BTS bias, subscribe for more deep dive fandom psychology and emotional storytelling. Your voice matters here. Your presence makes this conversation real. Chapter 1. The Mind and the Leadership. RM is philosophical gravity. He doesn't demand attention. He earns it. His presence is thoughtful, measured, intentional. Where others react, he reflects. Where others rush, he pauses. Where others speak impulsively, he chooses precision. RM carries language like a responsibility. He understands that words shape reality, and he treats them with care. He is an anchor of intellect, a translator of emotion into understanding, a bridge between feeling and meaning. Leadership for RM is not dominance, it is stewardship. He carries the invisible weight of responsibility, holding others steady while constantly questioning himself. If RM is your bias, you likely think deeply before speaking, value intelligence and emotional awareness, feel responsible for others' emotional states, question meaning, purpose, and identity, communicate with intention, carry maturity beyond your years, struggle with self-doubt despite competence. You may have learned early that leadership isn't about control. It's about care. You resonate with RM because he models quiet authority, strength without arrogance, confidence without ego. You admire him because you recognize the burden of being the thinker, the translator, the one who holds space when others cannot. In RM, you see yourself reflected as a seeker of truth, a philosopher in motion, a leader who carries questions as carefully as answers. Chapter 2. The Passion and the Perfection. Jungkook. Jungkook is motion, raw drive, relentless energy, potential sharpened by discipline. He is talent meeting effort, instinct refined through repetition. The youngest, yet often the gravitational center. His presence says, if I do something, I do it fully. There is no half-heartedness in Jungkook, only immersion, only commitment. But behind the power is pressure, self-expectation, internal measurement, an endless pursuit of improvement. If Jungkook is your bias, you likely hold yourself to extremely high standards. Feel naturally competitive even quietly. Push yourself beyond what others expect. Crave mastery and progress. Struggle with self-criticism. Measure success internally. Underestimate how admired you are. You see yourself in Jungkook's journey. Not chasing praise, but honoring effort. You respect growth. You believe potential must be earned. Your admiration for Jungkook is admiration for the version of yourself that refuses stagnation. He reflects your belief that dedication transforms identity. Chapter 3. The Warmth and the Devotion. Jimin. Jimin is emotional sincerity, a heart worn openly, sensitivity as courage, softness as strength. He doesn't dominate space. He fills it gently. He notices what others overlook. Tone shifts, pauses, unspoken emotion. Jimin leads with empathy. If Jimin is your bias, you likely value emotional connection deeply. Read people intuitively. Give without being asked. Feel loyalty intensely. Prioritize harmony. Attach meaning to small gestures. Neglect your own emotional needs. You are often the emotional caretaker, the one who checks in, who remembers birthdays, moods, silences, who stays. You resonate with Jimin because he proves that empathy is endurance, not fragility. You love deeply. You feel honestly. And sometimes you forget to turn that care inward. Jimin reminds you that tenderness is not something to apologize for. Chapter 4. The Soul and the Mystery. Taehyung. Taehyung is artistic gravity, vintage warmth, melancholy beauty, unpredictable charm. When he looks into a camera, it feels like he's looking through it, into something beneath the surface. He exists slightly out of time. If Taehyung is your bias, you likely have an artistic or poetic soul. Value authenticity over approval. Resist conformity. Feel nostalgia deeply. Express yourself uniquely. See beauty where others don't. Carry a rich inner world. You are drawn to depth, to people who don't explain themselves easily. You may feel misunderstood. Too complex for shallow spaces, too emotional for rigid ones. Taehyung reminds you that difference is distinction. You don't want to blend in. You want to be real. Chapter 5. The Wit and the Resilience. Suga. Suga is quiet flame, stoic exterior, fierce interior. He doesn't decorate truth. He delivers it. His artistry is forged through honesty. Pain's survival, endurance. If Suga is your bias, you likely think more than you speak. Feel deeply without dramatizing it. Value authenticity over comfort. Dislike superficiality. Respect blunt honesty. Carry internal battles quietly. Understand resilience. You know the difference between sadness and surrender. You keep going, even when motivation disappears. You admire strength that survives, not strength that performs. Chapter 6. The Light and the Optimism. J-Hope. J-Hope is intentional joy, radiance with structure, energy with discipline. Behind the smiles is focus. Behind the laughter is relentless work. If J-Hope is your bias, you likely uplift others naturally. Believe encouragement changes lives. Work harder than people realize. Express through movement or creativity. Find joy in giving joy. Hide pain behind positivity. Your optimism is not ignorance. It is choice. You choose warmth. You choose light. J-Hope reminds you that joy is labor, and you are willing to do the work. Chapter 7. The Humor and the Heart. Jin. Jin is emotional ease, confidence without arrogance, humor without cruelty, joy without insecurity. He doesn't seek validation, he offers comfort. If Jin is your bias, you likely use humor as healing, bring levity to heavy moments, value kindness, create emotional safety, possess quiet nobility, allow people to relax around you. You are the one who lightens rooms, who breaks tension, who reminds others that life doesn't have to be so heavy. Jin shows that joy is not trivial, it is essential. Chapter 8, The Reflection. You. So now we ask the real question, who is your BTS bias? And what does that say about you? Your bias is a mirror, a map, a recognition. You don't just like them, you see yourself in them. Now it's your turn. Comment below. Who is your BTS bias? And what traits do you share with him? If you stayed to the end, thank you. You're not just watching a video, you're participating in reflection. A fandom built on connection, on recognition, on seeing ourselves in the people who inspire us. And if this resonated, if it made you pause, watch The Truth About Your BLACKPINK Bias next. It explores personality, confidence, independence, and emotional power. You'll find the link on the end screen and in the description. Like this video. Subscribe for more deep dive fandom psychology, and share this with another ARMY who will feel understood. BTS once sang, "Love myself." And through the music, through the fandom, through these shared reflections, maybe we all learn how to do that. Just a little better. See you in the next one.